Greetings. Once again, Black Light. Welcome to the God Zone. Allah's 24/7 prime time. I mentioned before that the word prime means the first, the beginning. And when man was in his prime, that's when he was the most moral, the most ingenious, the most scientific, the most righteous. See, morality means a whole lot, and you can't legislate it. So you know that anytime when you go into the Bible and you see where there's a section in the Bible where God say, man shall not lay with man, the woman shall not lay with woman, it's an abomination. Well, anytime you see that, those are ancient words of wisdom. And you say you're a Christian nation, and in your Constitution, you mention God, you mention on the dollar, the notorious Federal Reserve note says, in God we trust. See, all that's a farce. Because you done went so far away from God, so far away from the Ten Commandments, and you're not trying to correct it. You off into other countries trying to correct their behavior. You know, you off into where people, the women cover themselves up, and then you gonna tell them women that they not free because they're trying to keep the beast in man down, trying to keep that beastly nature down, so they cover themselves up. They say my body is only revealed to my husband. So they are more closely related to the Ten Commandments, where it says thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife and husband and all like that. But you off over there talking about the men, you know, chauvinists, the hijab, you know, she didn't wear nothing over your head. But you got the nuns in the Catholic Church, supposed to be so pure and close to God, and they doing homosexual acts in the church, pedophile. You got the preachers, the priests, pedophile with the little boys. But you off over there to where they try to practice Islam. You trying to corrupt them. Now you done corrupted some of them, Uncle Sam. I'm talking about Uncle Sam now, because this is all about exposing America. So we trying to make the people wake up to see that if they go along with your program, Uncle Sam, that if they believe so much in the Almighty God and believe so much into Jesus, that he's coming back one day to straighten everything out, Well, what you doing about now, Uncle Sam? And I can't understand for the life of me the Christians, the black Christians, why they ain't caught on to it yet. Because they don't believe it either. They don't believe it either. They're trying to please master. They're trying to please the white man, thinking that they're going to get on this good side because subliminally they think that Jesus is God and they think that God is white, Caucasian. And they hate themselves because they're not white. And they hate their people because they're not white. And when our ancestors was in slavery and getting whipped, they were saying if I was white, I probably wouldn't be getting whipped so bad. So subliminally, in your DNA, deep down, everything is flipped around. Everything bad is good, and everything good is bad. And so now you're so confused. The more is so confused, you know. I was looking where they said they tried to cover up. I got a book over here I'm going to break out later on. It says that it's like a hadith where it say that they're trying to give the description of the Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago, Mustafa, saying that, trying to say he didn't have hair like a Negro. And this is how they described him. He wasn't black. He wasn't black, nor was he white. He was red and all that kind of stuff. You know, tampering with the scriptures, see. So all the scriptures being tampered with. So Moses, you know, was hanging out up in Egypt like Jesus was hanging in Egypt, getting some of that supreme wisdom. And so he the one that came down with the Ten Commandments to Israel. We're going to explore that word Israel, you know, and Yaqub, and when God changed, which y'all know him as Jacob, when God changed Yaqub name to Israel. And why? Because when you look at that in scriptures, he was wrestling with an angel of God. And God, that's when God, you know, changed his name to Israel. So Jacob became Israel. And what that word Israel means is against God, or a opponent of God, you know, a contender of God, you know. And that's what the Caucasian is, a contender of God, the black man and woman. He's our opponent. He's Israel. And in America, we are the children of Israel because he raised us, took us from our home, our culture, our language, our God, and trying to make us into him. And he's successfully doing it. But he's so busy fighting against himself, warring up in the White House. Trump and Hillary, they are the ones that's warring. So you got the Zionist Jews, they like the gods sitting up in Mount Olympics, pitting they agents against each other, Hillary and Trump. They won't see who win. That's how they make their money, see. You know, that's betting on a fight. Ali and Frazier, or either Ali and Foreman. So the Ten Commandments, we're going to get into these in videos to come. You don't want to miss, you know, this truth right here and this wisdom, because I'm going to make you see the light. This going to make you see the light. You can argue against it, you know, but I'm going to show you where all those other cats, Young Pharaoh, Sinetta, all them is fakes, man. You know, they frauding you, taking your money. I don't charge nothing. You know, I don't even want your money. You send me some money, I'm gonna send it back. Of course, you can't send it because you ain't got no way of sending it to me unless I give you the way. But, you know, in other words, you don't have to, you're not supposed to sell the truth. All you got to do is look at the examples of the prophets. Moses, Jesus, Isa, Prophet Muhammad, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the last message of Allah. And you'll see that I'm telling the truth, man, because all of them was fighting on the same team. All of them was on the same team. It wasn't none against Muhammad, wasn't against Jesus. It's in the Quran, man. He give Jesus a lot of praise. Moses, you know, the one who's dividing everybody's mind up, Uncle Sam. And his master is King Zionist of the Jews, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. They behind closed doors ordering assassinations, ordering hits, printing money, changing money. This is Black Light. Sugar and sugar, salt and salt. If you don't get no knowledge, it ain't my fault. Stay on this vibe if you want to stay alive. Tone up.